Check out that bling bling.
Woo-hoo!
I'm Dustin. This is Brent. Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. This is our tight end tiers and rankings. Make sure to check out all of our other stuff, all our other tiers and rankings videos. Mr. Namekiller.
I was a little early on that. It was going to be all one motion, but Fantasy Jocks, thank you for sponsoring these videos. Look at these rings. Dustin's got bling. These are legit. I got some bling as well. This is great. Go on to Fantasy Jocks. They have a ton of stuff. These are the championship rings. I'm definitely getting one for one of my leagues. I'm obviously in a ton, but this is just fantastic to carry around or just even watch, and you feel like a champ. It's great. All right, Dustin, tell them who the tier. Stop looking at the bling. Just guy, tell me who number one is. Everybody knows anyway. Man,
I mean,
ever since we got these things, he's been rocking that.
It's fun.
Go ahead.
Who
Who's
doesn't
number
like
one?
giant rings?
Number one.
I mean, Gronk, it's easy. He's number one. I mean, I know there's a little debate between him and Reed, but that's kind of silly. Brent will talk about that in a second. But Gronk's number one. I know Brady's going to miss first 4 games. No big deal. He's still going to be involved. He's still a heavy touchdown threat during those games. And when Brady comes back, it's all back to normal. Hands down, tier by himself.
All right, tier 2, 2 guys I'm talking about. The first one Dustin just alluded to is Jordan Reed. He is our number 2 ranked tight end, and here's why. He had 87 catches last year, almost 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, and didn't even play all 16 games. This year, I truly believe he can break 100 catches, so he is a monster in PPR settings. With all that said, you got to buyer beware. We're in the DC area, and I'm surprised this doesn't come out more often from other sites and other things you're probably listening to. He is super injury prone. He's had concussions, leg issues. He's always missing time. So there's a lot of risk that goes with him. So obviously there's some risk with Gronk as well. So I understand so that makes them Gronk still number 1 and Reed number 2. You're not getting a fully healthy guy here. But again, PPR, I think he will be a beast. The second guy I'm going to talk about is Mr. Greg Olsen. I love this guy. He actually helped me in a lot of leagues last year, and that's because who else was Cam Newton going to throw the ball to? So Olsen saw a ton of targets, but with the return of Benjamin, those targets are going to be going down this year.
Tier 3, still a lot of talent. With some people getting moved around, there's tight ends a little bit deeper this year. First guy I want to talk about is Gary Barnidge. Now this guy has been ranked all over the place, and I mean we kind of get it. But with a lot of rankings, we think people are hating on him too much. I mean, this guy was third in the league for tight ends with receiving yards. He had 9 touchdowns. I know RG3 is there. You're not as excited about him as a quarterback, but he likes throwing to the tight end. I'm not completely writing off Barnidge. He's a good player. I still think he has a big upside.
He's such a Dustin guy.
He's a good player.
He's a Dustin guy. He's got Dustin written all over him this year.
And one of the guys that got traded to a better situation, Ladarius Green. He's in Pittsburgh now. This is very interesting. I mean, one thing is he did have some time where he was the starter in the Chargers when Gates was banged up, and he didn't do all that amazing. So that's a little worrisome, but you gotta love the situation. You gotta love the upside. He's still a tight end 1 gamble in our opinion with a big upside.
I love Ladarius Green. I would have ranked him higher, but I was vetoed by him and Mike. All right, tier 4. I think this is unprecedented. We're gonna talk about 2 tight ends in the first 12 picks on the same team in a video. You're going to be talking about Bennett on the New England Patriots. So him going over there, obviously he misses Brady as well the first 4 games. And you got to think about the Gronk Hernandez days where they both had value. It's a very similar situation. But oddly enough, he's also like a great handcuff. Say Gronk goes down and Brady's playing, he instantly will be a top 5 tight end every single week. So a lot of upside there with Bennett. And then Eric Ebron's another guy I want to talk about. I love talking about pedigree. Former 10th overall pick. Tight ends, I think, always break out in their 3rd year. It's his 3rd year. Megatron's gone. A lot of good things adding up for Ebron. If I'm not getting one of the stud tight ends, I'm probably waiting and praying Ladarius Green comes to me or taking a guy like Eric Ebron.
Take a look at a couple people in tier 5. Jared Cook, another guy that switched teams into a slightly better situation, maybe even a way better situation. We'll see. I kind of go back to Jermichael Finley a few years ago. The Packers don't always utilize their tight end consistently, but Cook gets a huge bump. I mean, we got him ranked down in tier 5 for a reason. I mean, we don't think he's going to do amazing, but we do think he could be relevant this year. And then Austin Seferian-Jenkins, in 7 games last year, he was consistently involved. We like his upside if he can stay healthy, and there has been some stuff going around that he might not mentally be where he needs to be, so monitor that. We might have him a little bit higher if that stuff wasn't floating around, but he's a tight end 2 that's a fun pick later in the draft if you're looking for a gamble.
And here's an oldie but a goodie. A tier number 6 can only talk about one guy, and that's Ben Watson. He had an amazing year last year, but that was on the Saints, and we all know that Drew Brees loves to throw to the tight end. This year, he ain't on the Saints anymore, so remember that. He's on the Ravens, and they got Pitta there. They also have some young guys. There's a ton of tight ends for some unknown reason in Baltimore right now, so we can't really respect what he did last year for him to even come close to repeating this year. So that's why he's in tier 6, but in deeper leagues, he could be somewhat kind of sneaky.
The tight end in general, I think, is a little bit deeper this year, more options. So that's our tight ends. Check out all our other tiers or rankings. We are on Instagram now. We want you to follow us, and we are also doing something fun. We'll see how it does. I think it might do okay. Some others think it might not do okay. We're doing a little photo contest. Hashtag FST photo contest. We want to see your trophies. If you have a cool draft party, if you have rings, anything fun that you do, if you have a fun loser prize, we want to see pictures of it. We want to see pictures of you.
Okay, so it's all encompassing. The way you described it to me was just going to be 8 guys sitting in a room being like, click, here's our thing. But you're saying mix of anything. Anything
about
goes.
Your league that's cool. We want to see it.
Okay.
Hashtag FST photo contest.
I'm still going to win the bet, but okay.
Win this bet, win this argument.
We'll let you know what the number is after it's done.
Get onto our website. Our cheat sheet will be up on the website. We've beefed up our cheat sheet this year, so you're going to want to go download our draft guide. We'll be updating it throughout the preseason.
Can I throw my paper yet?
It's hard with this. It's hard to do the flip with this amazing ring.
I love this thing.
Get on the Fantasy Jocks. If you like
Baller.
this shirt, thirdndout.com.
Look at us.